welcome. Thank you for coming. So let's close our eyes for a second and set an intention for this talk. Dr. Wayne Dyer says, your intention creates your reality. So let's just close our eyes. What's your intention for this talk as you hear the talk? Science of abundance. Beautiful. So my intention is to articulate words that will elevate my consciousness, your consciousness, and the consciousness of the cosmos as a collective. So we can go to the next slide, please. What is abundance? So again, close your eyes. What do you think abundance is? Just come up with a word or two. What is abundance? And maybe just shout it out. What is it? Love. Sun, love. Joy, stress-free. The earth. Expansion.
Nature.
State of mind. Nature. My dog. Your dog. Energy. All things. Yes. Okay, beautiful. So abundance is when we have a choice and when we have joy, we are connected to nature. We are connected to the universe, right? All of those things that you just mentioned. But my question is this: are they really on the outside? Like that dog you even said, like that feeling that you have about your dog, where is it? It's between our ears, right? There's nothing outside of us, right? So I want to show you what I just said. I'm going to demonstrate how nothing is on the outside and everything is between our ears, right? So I want you to look around the room and find as many as color orange. Try to find orange, as many as you can. As many as you can. Yes. Yeah. Everyone got it? You got more than one or two? Or did you count? Good. Now look at me. Did anyone see or spot the color purple? Probably not. You're very observant. So that is it. So the color orange was in your important list. There's a filter at the back of your brain. It's a 2-inch pencil width filter that filters out 99% of the information we get from the outside. Otherwise, we go crazy, right? So this part of the brain filters all the senses on the outside, right? Otherwise, we go crazy. So the orange was in your important list. And this is how we program this filter. We can do that every morning. It's like when you buy a white Jeep and you see white Jeeps all the time. So white Jeep goes into your important list. So that's what we can do. One of the things we can do in order to strengthen the brain muscle, we can start our day with something really positive about ourselves. Again, close your eyes. And I want you to find something really beautiful about yourself, a beautiful attribute you have about yourself. For some of us, it's very hard, right? Maybe for all of us. Now I want you to find a family member and find a really good attribute in them. Beautiful. Was it eye-opening? Really, we don't focus on that. We never focus on our own positive things, right? The positive things that we have in our day. And the beautiful thing that we can do to filter that, to program that filter is actually to start our day by just doing that. So I have a very good assignment for you. You can find a 15-minute, like a beautiful music every morning, and you just listen to that. And for that whole 15 minutes, so you just did it like 10 seconds, 20 seconds, for 15 minutes, try to find something gratitude-worthy in your life. It's really life-changing. So really elongate that 1 second, 10 seconds to 15 minutes. And then throughout the day, you'll see you're trying to look for something that is really gratitude-worthy. It's a very, very powerful practice. Who's going to do that? So just find a nice piece of music, 15 minutes. So when you wake up, and just try to find as many as you can. As soon as you have these, what is that? What is that at? What is that over there? I have a prop. What is that? It's an ant. And I think David talked about it. Let's go to the next slide. These are automatic negative thoughts. All right? We have between 30,000 to 100,000 thoughts a day. So I think David mentioned it last week. So we have so many of them creeping and crawling in our brain, and it's trying to protect us. They're not mean. They're not really bad, malicious. They're trying to protect us. They're protector ants. So the way we actually scientifically deal with them is to reprogram them, right? What I just told you, to train your brain to focus on something positive, really intentionally, okay? And at the beginning, we talked about the between the ears, right? That's all we have. There's nothing outside of you. Sherry is not there. Actually, her image is behind my retina. It's only me. It's only you. So that's where our power resides. Oh, that was beautiful. So why are thoughts or ants so important? Because every thought leads to a feeling, and every feeling leads to a behavior. So everything originates in a thought. Nothing is real, to be honest. The only real thing that is in our life is what is going on between our ears, what we think and what we feel, right? And that's the only power. And it's beautiful, right? We're not a victim anymore. We can go to the next one. So some of these ants about money and abundance, that, by the way, when did they originate? When? Mom. When? In childhood, between 0 to 7, right? So my mom is like, so everything is my fault? I'm like, no, it's not your fault, but it's our responsibility. It's the parents' responsibility. It's what the parents did from 0 to 7. So some of them, money is hard to come by. Who has that? I have it. It creates struggle and resistance. I don't deserve to be wealthy. I have that too. Ties self-growth to scarcity. Wanting money makes me greedy. I have that too. So I have the collection of them. Pushes abundance away from guilt, away out of guilt. There's never enough. Programs the mind to expect lack. I'm not good with money. Becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Rich people are selfish and corrupt and stingy. Subconsciously rejects wealth to avoid judgment. If I have money, I lose it. Associates wealth with fear and instability. So look at it. Look at the list. Is any of them creeping and crawling in your brain? And they're like broken records, right? We are not aware of it. Don't think you're aware. It's very unconscious. It's at the back of our brain, so deeply layered, ingrained in our psyche. And when we do this work, and all of a sudden something pops up, and I go, I've been doing so much work. What happened? I've been doing hypnosis. So they say, and shamans say, new level, new devil. So don't despair. Let's just go back again to reprogramming that filter, right? Let's go to the next slide. So by doing this, for example, on the surface, I want $1 million on my account, but my container is so small, no matter how much I'm trying to manifest, visualize, it's like I'm pouring into this little cup with the ocean. It's not possible, right? So by becoming aware of these deeply seated thoughts, these ants, I'm so happy about this prop. Really, it uses like it's really good for reprogramming. So we are expanding this container over and over again. And it's not going to go like that. We have to do it over and over again. Believe me, when you feel your job is done, you're probably not alive. So let's just accept that. It's an ongoing work. So we're going to keep expanding this container, all right? And as soon as we slip, we're going to come back, and I'm going to show you why, scientifically. So here's the thing. Whatever, this is really hard truth. Whatever is in my vicinity, it could be health, wealth, relationships, whatever. It could be anything. It's literally a mirror of what's going on in my brain with these ants, or the positive ones. So just like a mirror shows what's already there, life reflects what's within. You can't change a reflection, only what's inside you. And this is the science, right? This is not just, the spirituality to me is science. So whatever we're hearing every week here, it's really scientific. So let's go to the next one. All right, so I've showed this little elephant here before, but I just love it. It's not a good story, but it makes the point. So little elephants in circuses or any other settings, when they're being exploited, when they're little, they tie their one of their legs to a pole, right? And the little elephant tries so hard to free itself, and it can't because it's very, weak, still very young. So as the elephant grows and gets bigger and bigger and bigger, do you think the elephant tries? It won't try, because deep in his psyche, he's been programmed that he cannot pull down the pole, and he just stops trying. He will never do it again. That is what we are talking about. These ants, they're really there all the time. Even when we are not aware, they are pulling us down. They are entrapping us. They're enslaving us. They're chaining us to these poles, right? And by doing mindfulness and all these beautiful practices that we are creating here, you're becoming aware of these ants, and you say, no, we're going to give an antidote, as we're going to see. And we're going to do in the workshop, by the way. So the workshop, the flyers over there, we're going to go really deep with these ants, and we're going to find the antidotes of them and create a really awesome practice to do that for ourselves. So it starts at 1, it goes to 3. So whenever you see an elephant, that's a reminder, what's the ant? And believe me, these ants are always creeping and crawling, always. So that's my practice. I check in with my mind at least 5 times a day. Where am I? From 0 to 10, 10 being the most joyful. Which ant is creeping and crawling? Which ant is not allowing me to be a 10? And that's what I call the joy exercise, by the way. It's in this book, in the Mind Shop. So most of the things that we're going to talk about in this workshop and here, it's from the book. So let's go to the next. So this is what's happening in the mind. In the intention, it's the tip of the iceberg, and it's only 5% of the mind. And all these ants and programs are the 95% of the mind in the subconscious mind, below the surface, right? So all those programs, this elephant's belief that he can't pull down the pole is deeply seated there, 95%. So it's like this. I'm rowing a boat, and all my intention is to move forward, right? That's the 5%. And then I have the counter intention, which is the anchor in the seabed, 95%. The anchor is in the seabed. I'm not free, I'm not moving forward. That's what's going on with that brain. That's why manifestation is hard. Because we want something in the surface, 5%, but we have all these counter intentions deep in the mind. And that's why mindfulness is so precious, because we are at least becoming aware of them, observing them, and letting them go. We don't identify with these, but it's just a practice. It's a practice. It's not switching the light on, and yeah, we do switch it on, and then it goes out again, and then we do our work, and we switch it on again. It's like that. So let's go to the next one again. So this is the psychological theory about the stages of change. So when we want to do something, when we, for example, become aware of these ants and how they're pulling us down, we're traversing these 6 stages of change. The first stage is pre-contemplation. There's no intention of changing behavior. We're not even aware that we have to do that, right? Then there's contemplation. We are aware a problem exists, but we have no commitment to action. This is where some husbands come, when they come to my sessions, they're there. They know that a problem exists, but they have no intention to commit any actions. Then we prepare, intent upon taking an action. Then we act, active modification of behavior, becoming aware of these ants, for example, and give an antidote, right? One of the beautiful antidotes that we have in a Persian culture, we say, he who gave the teeth will give the bread. Bread. He who created our teeth, who gave us teeth, will give us bread. Right? That's a beautiful antidote, right? So we are actively modifying these ants. I'm not worthy, all those things that we just saw. We're going to give it an antidote, for example. Then we maintain it. There's sustained change. New behavior replaces the old. I'm having more joy. Remember, joy equals abundance, right? Then there is relapse. We fall back into old patterns of behavior. So this 6th stage is inevitable because we are humans. So can you go back again? Sorry. So if you look at in the middle, there's an upward spiral, as you see. We are learning from relapses. So this is the most important stage. So when we relapse, when we go back to icky feelings, well, there's not enough, how can I make, I don't know, next month's rent or whatever it is, I'm going to give it an antidote. And I'm learning from that relapse, and I'm coming back as an upward spiral. So now let's go to the next one. So whenever we go to vibrations that are not of joy and abundance, we just say, oops, I'm human, right? I remember the stages of change. I'm rewiring my brain from decades of fear programming. Again, these fear programs are not malicious. They were there to protect us in childhood. But we are not that. We are not a child anymore. And that's what's happening with us. We are big bodies with little children with big bodies. We should become aware of that. The little child is always scared, is always looking for 4 S's: seen, safe, soothed, and secure. And who's going to give those 4 S's now? Our parents? Probably not. Our spouses? No, they're looking for those 4 S's themselves. Our children? Well, we are responsible for them. So this is our job, to over and over again making ourselves feeling protected, feeling safe, as Sherry was saying. Seen. If I am feeling icky feelings or sad or grief or whatever it is, jealousy, without shame, really feel it, see ourselves, allow that little child to move through those feelings. Otherwise, they'll be suppressed, and we're going to succumb to these ants. Let's go to the next one. So in this way, every problem becomes an opportunity for healing and connection. Isn't that a beautiful transition from feeling like a victim? Something happens, an accident, a disease, whatever. It could be anything. So we are shifting that perspective. That problem is helping me see that little child in me who's feeling not seen, safe, soothed, and secure. And the more I do this, the more I heal this inner child, little by little, the inner child will grow to be my age, hopefully. Not consistently, but more and more. That is what's happening. The inner child feeling all these icky feelings inside of us, and we don't know how to take care of it because we were not parented consciously. Now we have to reparent that little child. We have to relearn how to do that for ourselves first. And if we have children, then do it to our, real children. Let's go to the next one. So, you can't see the top of this poster. It says we should understand the trap in order to get out of it. So this is the trap. The trap is that these ants were instilled in us in childhood, and we are regurgitating these programs over and over again, every second of our life. If you are not living your joy and abundance and serenity at a level of 10 every second, guess what? Your inner child is throwing a tantrum. That's the bottom line. And when a child throws a tantrum, what does a conscious parent do? First, takes care of herself, and then sees the child, make the child feel seen, safe, soothed, and secure. So this is the trap. It's a psychological trap that we are regurgitating these ants that were passed down to us as generational pain or generational trauma. It could be health, it could be wealth, it could be relationships. Every one of us has different knots, K-N-O-T, that we are here to transform to an opportunity for healing and connection and knowing who we are. Let's go to the next. So now specifically, what influences finances? Let's go to the next one, the first. As I talked about, childhood money beliefs or memories, right? Let's do like a little interactive. Just close your eyes again and see if you can find the first memory about money in your childhood from 0 to 7. Let a memory flash. Like you wanted to buy a toy, or what happened? And if you can't access it right now, maybe journal it when you go home. Even remembering that memory is so valuable because you're making an implicit memory into explicit memory, and you're taking away its damaging effects. Who got the memory? Who got the memory? Okay, that's good. So for those of you who didn't reach that, go journal. So the second one is our financial habits, for example. Some of us are spenders. Some of us are savers. And some of us are givers. All these three need to be in balance, right? I'm a giver. I have to balance that, right? So who's a giver here? There are a lot of givers here, I know. Yeah. So they need to be in balance. Spender, saver, and giver. That's just economics. Let's go to the next one. So money IQ and money EQ. So money IQ, everyone knows, like budgeting, all these things, not to spend too much, IQ. But EQ, what is your emotional quotient? How do you feel about money? Most of us who are doing spiritual work, we don't, like I myself, like the program is like, I didn't even touch money when I was a kid. Like it's dirty. So the emotion around money should be balanced as well. Not love it too much, but don't resent it like that either. So look within. Right? It's very, very important because that's what's creating. Can you do the vertical? Thank you. Okay, let's go to the next, please. This one is tricky. Current relationships. And you would say, how's that even related? Well, it is related. Do you remember K-N-O-T, knot? The knots in our lives, they're actually portals. So if you have an icky relationship with your spouse or your children, and that's what's consuming you, that's the portal. So we really should not suppress that. We need to, and I'm not saying that we have to go talk to the person and love them. I'm not saying that. But we need to dissolve it. So the triggering relationships could be portals. So everything is related. Maybe your health is related to money. Money is related to relationship. Everything is one. So the things we are suffering from and are triggering us, those are the opportunities. Those are the portals that we can grow and achieve the desired goals that we have. Let's go to the next one. Now, environment and appearances. That's also very important. For example, decluttering, it's so good. If you're a person who hoard, have you seen Spark Joy? What was that? Marie Kondo. If it brings you joy, spark joy, it sparks joy, keep it. If not, let it go. Declutter. Because we're creating that container. The container is so close. Where can the abundance come? So we are giving away. We are helping out too. Yes? Let's go to the next. And as we said, life, mental, emotional habits, play and joy. Money is play. Money is joy. Joy is abundance. They're all equal. So we want to actually work on that. We want to have more fun. And that's my biggest struggle. And that's why I have this book. Because my normal state was melancholy because of my childhood, right? My dad was a perfectionist. My mom was a critic, right? I hope they don't listen or watch. But that's what's happening in my mind all the time. It's like a broken record. So I have to make it a practice for the 15 minutes in the morning throughout the day, just putting in my hands on my heart. And those of you who know, I have a mantra. We all have a mantra. All is well at all times. It's one of the beautiful mantras that I think I got from Ramana Maharishi. It's a beautiful mantra to remind us to come back to center, to know who we truly are, to practice what we listen here every week. Yeah? So next slide, please. Now, recipe for an abundant life. Find and clear your blocks over and over again. And we're going to do that in this workshop. A little bit, and then you're going to continue doing your work. What are the blocks? For example, one of my blocks was when I did it in hypnosis, having a lot of money didn't feel safe for me. Like, I might lose it. What's going to happen if I have a lot? Find those, journal. Like, close your eyes and imagine you have the abundance that you think on the surface you want, and then what happens inside? Does it feel expanded? Does it feel like, oh, it's scary? Yeah? Next one, be clear about your vision and your why. This is also very important. Why do you want to have more abundance? And don't suffice with the first level. Go deeper, 7 levels deep. Why? Why do you want to have more money? Why do you want to have more abundance? What does it give you? So when you do this, it's like you're ordering from the catalog of the universe, right? So when you order on Amazon, I know some of you don't, but let's just use it. When you order from Amazon, you just find the thing that you want and you order and that's it, right? Do you go to the factory, you make it? Do you go to the shipping facility? Do you drive the truck? You just order and you just receive it at the door. You don't do anything. The same is true for this. It's just removing the blocks. That's our job. But questioning and thinking about the how, that's not your job. Just imagine how a child is created. 9 months, did you do anything? You didn't do anything. We don't do anything. The universe is. So let's go to the next one. Now, as we talked about, we're going to raise our vibration in the now with joy. Gratitude, peace. Why? Because now is the only real moment. Do you agree? The past is gone. Bye-bye. Future is not here. The only real moment is this moment. And we are losing it because we are thinking these ants from the past and also the worries about the future. So we are not living in the moment. Ever, I'm sorry to say. Just very intense feelings. For example, when you see a sunrise, maybe a fraction of a second you're in the moment. The rest we are thinking. When we are thinking, we are not in the moment. And the fourth step surrender and trust. We're going to receive the package from the universe at your door. Right? That's the recipe. We know and clear the blocks over and over. It's not a one-time thing. It's not the light will be on forever. It's over and over. New level, new devil. You remember that. And then be clear about your vision and your why. Journal. Raise your vibration in the now. So be grateful for what you have right now. Right now. Every morning when I wake up, I've been here for 30 years, North America. Every morning I remember the feeling, the icky feeling I had when I was back home in Iran and I wanted to get out. And every morning I feel that radical gratitude. It's called radical gratitude. It's not like, oh, I'm happy for my health. It's not like that. Really feel it. What if I didn't have my right hand and I do? Oh, I kiss it. We have to get used to that. We have to kiss ourselves. Kiss. Do that. Let's do that. Like, kiss. Do it. It's hard, but do it. See, this is embodying the knowledge. This is embodying knowledge. Just knowing it's not enough. And most of us don't even know it. I didn't know it. This is living it. This is changing vibration. This is co-creating with the body. Let's go to the next. All right, so I'm going to talk a little bit. So I've talked biology, I've talked chemistry, I've talked, all psychology. So let's talk quantum science now. This is really cool. So you just need to pay attention a little bit. Maybe it's a little bit confusing. So the 5D is another dimension. It could be 5 or whatever it is. 5D, because I'm not sure about that completely, but let's just go with 5D. This is the 5th dimension. And in the quantum, those of you who know, the quantum is like, what does it say? Like the next moment, there are trillions of possibilities. I could be dead the next moment. It's possible, but the possibility is low. So that's the gist of quantum possibility, quantum probability, right? So there's a field of possibilities in the 5th dimension. And then look at that, the 4th dimension, which is our beliefs and our emotions. Those are the subconscious core beliefs, all right? And then 3D is what we live right now. It's the conscious level. It's the manifested reality, right? So this is the tricky part. We pick the possibilities according to our core beliefs. So if I believe I don't deserve to be wealthy, that's what I'm picking. And then I'm manifesting it in 3D. Is this clear? This is the gist of quantum mechanics, right? So we are attracting what is true to us. It's law of attraction, completely scientific. Like if you tune 2 guitars the same way, and then you struck one of the strings in one of the guitars, the same string on the next guitar will vibrate. It's attracting the same vibration. So that's what we're doing. We're attracting the same vibration from the quantum field according to our beliefs and emotions. And that's why we're in charge. We get charge of those beliefs and emotions, because that's where our true power is, right? Because there's billions of probabilities out there. We're just picking. Which one do you want to pick? And if you think, oh, I want to pick that, and you're not, as Dr. Joe Dispenza says, you're not doing a good job. Remove your blocks over and over. That's all. It's that simple. Try harder. Do it again. Because this is the law. Let's go to the next. So this is a nice poster I made probably 6-7 years ago, but it's so valid. In my book, I have it like 3 times. Because at any moment in time, we can pick either from fear or love. And some of the things we can do for love is hugs and kisses. And when you hug and kiss your loved ones, keep it for 20 seconds. That will produce oxytocin in your body. Okay? Gratitude, mindful breathing, conscious feeling, nature walks, healthy foods, doing service, creativity, create something, dance, create choices for yourself and others. And of course, the fear, negative self-talk, chronic worry, rage, guilt, shame, judgment, resentment, unhealthy foods, screen time, and compulsion, any compulsion. So at any moment in time, just ask yourself, where am I vibrating, in fear or love? There's only 2 states. That's it. Make it simple. And if it's fear, then you're going to read my book and go through the system and dissolve it and raise your vibration to joy. Or just go hug. Like when I'm kind of down, I go to my son, I'm like, I need a 20. Use it. Let's go to the next. So when we talk about fear, Buddha says the causes of suffering is craving, aversion, and ignorance. And of course, ignorance is and the fear is the foundation. So that's why I say when we have that craving, I want that money, that's craving. You just know the universe knows your job is to clear your blocks and raise your vibration in this moment to joy. That's all. There's no craving. And there's no aversion. So when something is in your vicinity, in your life, instead of hating it, I say, ask yourself, this is what I ask, I was actually scammed for $14,000 six years ago, I think. And I kept asking myself, why did my soul bring this experience to my life? And I got beautiful insights, beautiful gems. So any bad thing happens, just ask yourself, what is this teaching me? How is it healing me? How is it transforming me? Right? There is no aversion. It just is. And we are creating it. We are picking those probabilities from the quantum field for a reason. For growth and expansion, for healing. That's the bottom line. Let's go to the next. I'm so surprised what the next one is because I don't remember. Like, yay. Get excited. Let's go to the next slide. Okay, so 4 hormones. I think I talked about this last time here, but it's so important I put it here again. There are 4 happy hormones: oxytocin, dopamine, and endorphin, and serotonin. So for oxytocin, for love, hug, 20 seconds, don't forget. French kiss, 20 seconds. Show kindness and socialize. Dopamine for pleasure and reward. Learn new things. Listen to music and create. Endorphin, exercise, laugh, dark chocolate. Serotonin, meditate, wholesome diet, and practice gratitude for good mood. So this is how we take charge. And guess what? It's in the book too. I'm like, at least you're enjoying yourself, even if you don't get what you want. At least you didn't lose the moment, right? You don't lose anything if you focus on this moment and on your joy. Let's go to the next. Now, I want everyone to bring out their wallets. Bring out their wallets, and I want you to look at your wallet, inside your wallet. This is a really cool exercise. If you're here for money, more money. Okay, I want you to look at it, and from 0 to 10, how much you love it. Does it need cleaning up? Do you need like a beautiful picture there? Does it feel good? Does it feel yummy? Does it feel delicious? Your wallet needs to feel delicious. Huh? So this is embodying the exercises, right? If it's not, today go and clean it up. Make it beautiful. Maybe buy a new one. Put a nice picture there. Right? This is really cool. Give it a try. Let's go to the next. That's the workshop. But let's go to the. Oh, is it finished?
No, I just clicked the wrong button.
Okay, so this is from the book, The Happy Money, and this one from the book Happy Money. If you want to read it, it's really cool. This Ken Honda, he's Japanese, and he says, I love this practice. He says, when money comes in, you say arigato in. Arigato means thank you, right? And then when you give your bills, say arigato out. Why? Because you have the money to pay the bills. Don't feel bad when you have to give taxes, feel good. First of all, you're helping the city, hopefully. Second of all, you have the money to give out. So say arigato out. So every time you pay, say arigato out. So important. And every time it comes in, really feel grateful. Don't take it for granted. Because it could not be there the next day. And it's there right now. Let's enjoy it. Let's be grateful. And next one. This is the slide. I can only show it in this community. So money is service. When you serve, that's money. That's the exchange of energy. Money is love. Oh, that one's so hard. For most of us, money is bad. Be good, do good. Money is, don't look for money. Money is actually love. Money is truth. And money is God. Why? Because there's only God. There's only one thing in this universe. How could money not be it? So this is changing perspective about money. Let's go to the next. Am I going over? Am I good? A couple more minutes? So there's only one, and that one is being me. And that's what we say every week in this community, right? So the next slide. Self-love. There you go. There's only me. If I love me, I'm loving God, I'm loving money, money's coming. So self-love, the topic of this month for Center for Spiritual Awakening, that's the only elixir. Self-acceptance. That. I hope you take this away from this talk. Really do this. It works. And really tight. Like, go really tight. Do it again. Really tight. It's like you lean your head here. It feels so good. It feels, and that's what we're looking for, safety. That little child in us. And we need to take care of her. Let's go to the next. I'm almost done. So I did this. The reason I chose abundance here, because I've been working on abundance for 2-3 months, and I used this book from the Mind Shop. Go get it. It's really cool. The Abundance book. And I did it. It's so amazing. I love it. So this is one of the antidotes. Do you remember the antidotes? He who gave me teeth will give me bread. That's an antidote. This is a good antidote. Money is not my supply. No person, place, or condition is my supply. My awareness, understanding, and knowledge of all providing activity of the divine mind within me is my supply. My consciousness of this truth is unlimited. Therefore, my supply is unlimited. You're made of sack of gold. Say that to yourselves. Yes, let's go. That's why I have the sack of gold there. So that's the book. And let me see the last one, I think. And Rumi. Oh, Rumi, my love. Why are you so enchanted by this world when a mine of gold lies within you? And the joy exercise, I know we are done, but let's just do this. So close your eyes from 0 to 10. 10 being the most joyful that you could be. Give yourself a number right now. The first number that comes up. And I want you to pull yourself up to 10. And I know the ego is going to throw a tantrum. I know when it first is. Put whatever is hindering you in a tray. Whatever is bothering you, put it in a tray. Pull yourself up to 10. Use gratitude. Any tools that you have, pull yourself up to 10. If you don't have a smile, put a smile on your face. When you smile, your brain thinks you're happy. Actually, it's a mutual relationship. I want to say smiles. Come on, force it. You can force it. Be in charge. Smile and pull yourself up to 10. And when you reach 10, come up with a mantra or a word or a sentence for this state. Keep repeating in your mind. Like all is well at all times, for example. And when you're reaching that 10, revel in it. Don't leave it. Revel in the 10, please. Revel. Any thought comes, any ant comes, just let it go. Come back to 10. And slowly open your eyes, but do not Do not leave the 10. Stay 10, stay 10. Keep your smile with open eyes. Keep repeating that mantra in your brain. Maintain it. It's very hard, I know. Complainers. It's very hard, but it's a good practice. Just keep it. Just still keep it. And thank you.